Hey there, how are you? So I am back with another update and another beautiful reading for all of you once again. I was not feeling like doing a reading, but still I'm coming up because I know that there's always someone who is in desperate need of these messages and these updates. So I am here doing this for you, and I hope that it brings you some relief, some healing, or some clarity you're looking for. Okay, so today's update is again about a difficult situation, actually a very difficult situation a lot of you are going through, or some of you are going through out there. So number 111, right when I said that. This situation is talking about an issue or a blockage or a challenge which is coming from an authoritative male figure in your situation. In most of your cases, it looks like and it seems that this issue is coming from your person's father, a father figure, or some person, some man in their life who is in authority, who's got control over them, or who is at some position of power. So number 144, right when I said that. Okay, this person is someone your counterpart needs to create distance with for good, or someone they need to let go. Getting my point? If it's their own father, then I'm seeing that their current relationship is on shaky grounds. It's very toxic. It's filled with negativity and hostility. Actually, the father figure is not really a good person. That is what I'm seeing here. This doesn't mean that all of their fathers are bad people. Not really. You shouldn't look at it that way. In this particular situation, I'm seeing that the father figure here, or whoever is in control, is in authoritative position, is extremely toxic, extremely dominating, power hungry, power loving, and arrogant in nature. Not just arrogant, this person is hatefully arrogant. So if anyone would come across him and would trigger his ego, his pride, or some kind of wound this person, this authoritative figure has got, then he'd look at that person as an enemy. Or from that point onwards, that person would become his enemy. And the problem here is that you have triggered his ego in some way, shape, or form. I'm not saying that you are at fault here. You have done something to trigger that ego. No, you haven't done anything. Your authenticity, your individuality, your power, your charisma, your confidence is what is triggering or is hurting his pride. That's the problem. Again, I'll repeat, you have done nothing to feel ashamed about or feel guilty over. It's their problem. It's coming from their issues, their insecurities, and their superiority complex, which has got nothing to do with you. Okay. Another thing I'm seeing here is that in some of your cases, your person is the one who's got a problem with his ego or her ego, and that is getting triggered right now because a lot of you are rising in your power. You are not crying anymore. You're not begging for their attention anymore. You're not waiting for them anymore. You're not focused on them anymore. Instead, you are now growing, evolving, choosing yourself, shining bright, looking good, and things of that sort. It's hurting this person's arrogance, pride, and ego, unlike anything else. And this person is now being rageful. Your own counterpart here, okay? They are being angry, they're upset, and they are wishing to do something that would bring you down. Now, this is problematic. This is toxic. And that's why I'm saying that this whole situation looks very difficult and troublesome to me. On one hand, it's their father, which is forcing your counterpart to act in this way towards you, or is influencing them to act in this way towards you because that's how they feel. And that's how they have, conditioned your counterpart to be. As I said, their connection in itself is toxic and filled with hostility. They both are arrogant, they both are toxic, they both are hostile, and in some of your cases, you are dealing with narcissists here. So be very careful if you know very well that your person is a narcissist, or their family members, their friends, their colleagues, or someone in their life is a narcissist, then you need to be very careful. You need to be very vigilant and aware. Do not do anything to connect with these people in any way, shape, or form when they are looking at you in this way. These people are toxic as hell, but that's how they are looking at you. They do not look at themselves or within themselves. There's no room or space for any kind of introspection there or any kind of reflection. Instead, I'm seeing that they're looking at you as if you are some sort of an evil person, some sort of a hostile individual, some sort of a toxic individual, when in reality they themselves are those kind of people, and those labels are more appropriate for them. They deserve to be called what they're calling you here, or are assuming about you. I hope you're getting my point and I'm making sense. Here I'm seeing that your person is showing signs of sadism, or in some situations and cases, your person is a sadist. This person used to take some sort of pleasure. I'm not saying that this person is a complete sadist here. No, this person has got some sort of that side where this person enjoys bringing hurt and pain to others, because this person was hurt terribly at some point in time in his or her life, which this person never learned from, never tried to heal or process through. And the same goes with the father figure or whoever is in authority here, whoever is dominating the situation or your person, or whoever is trying to control the situation to just feed his pride, his ego and arrogance. If it's their father, I see that this person abuses you, insults you and humiliates you on purpose. This is triggering your counterpart, that's true. But on the other hand, when your person is seeing that you are moving on, kind of moving on, or choosing yourself, they're getting angry over it. They wanted you, or they want you to suffer, and this is toxic. Some of them are not liking the fact that you are now evolved, detached, and you've outgrown them. You are not bothered by anything they're doing or saying, and that is why they're doing things to get your attention. That's why they're doing things they think are going to hurt you. For example, going out with friends, posting pictures which are questionable, or posting pictures with people who are questionable, whose intentions are questionable, things of that sort. They are trying to poke you here and there, and they are trying to get a reaction out of you on purpose. They want you to feel hurt. They want you to feel bothered. They want you to get bothered by them, because that's how you used to act and react in the past, and it used to feed their ego, their arrogance and pride. They used to feel some sort of pleasure, and this is something you should be alert about. This is something you should pay attention to or work through. This is not normal. This is not something you can just dust off or brush off or overlook. This is a sign of a person who is extremely toxic, is really a narcissist, or someone you should not be around, someone you should reconsider being with or connecting with in any way, shape or form. This person needs to work on his or her issues or wounds. But the problem here is that both of these individuals, the other person, the father figure, or your counterpart here, do not think that they need to work on these issues, or there's any need for them to work on these issues, because they think and believe that the problem is with you. You need to fix your attitude. You need to lower down your standards, or you need to know your place. Something like that. I know this sounds disturbing and this is pathetic. I saw number 1111 when I said that. But this needs some work. This needs your attention, and this needs awareness. I mean to say that you need to observe your person here. If they are acting out of their character, or if they are doing things to get a reaction out of you, or are doing things they know are going to hurt you, you need to be very careful with them, and you need to make strict boundaries here. You cannot be with this person when this person is in this state, or you cannot allow this person to get control over you. There is someone here who's being very toxic, very deceptive, and very rageful for no fault of yours. You are just minding your own business now. You are just focusing on yourself. You're trying to move forward. You're not entertaining their nonsense or their drama. This is upsetting them. They're thinking like, how dare you show confidence and courage to me, how dare you show that attitude to me, how dare you choose yourself, something like that. Are you getting my point? This is not normal. This is a clear sign of a very toxic person who doesn't know what boundaries are, what boundaries mean, and what respecting someone means. Here this person thinks that he or she needs to prioritize his or her own self-respect when this person has never respected you or your boundaries or your emotions or your connection, because of the person who is in control here, or because of the people he or she listens to. It's very clear here. I can clearly see that your person is extremely gullible. Your person is extremely arrogant, or gets angry very easily, gets upset very easily, and listens to people he or she needs to kick out. He or she needs to let go. He or she needs to detach. That's the problem here. So if your situation looks like this, or if you're dealing with someone like this in your situation who just wants to drag you down and feed his or her ego, who cannot see you winning, who cannot see you choosing yourself, who's extremely arrogant, extremely proud of himself or herself for no reason. It's just that this person enjoys seeing when people feel hurt, or when people feel inadequate, unworthy in his or her presence. This really makes this person feel powerful and superior. I feel like you're dealing with a person like that. So be very careful. Okay, don't jump onto anything. Do not react. That's the first thing. No matter how your person acts or behaves, no matter how many things they do to get your reaction, or to trouble you, or to make you angry or upset, do not react. Don't lower down your standards or anything you're doing. Keep showing up for yourself, even if it's triggering these people or upsetting these people, or hurting their pride and ego. A time will come when they'll feel ashamed of themselves. That is what I'm seeing, and that's the only way the situation can resolve, because for them the solution is dragging you down. For them, you are the problem, when they themselves are the real problem here, when they are the culprits here, when their ego, their attitude, their mindset, and everything related to them is the problem. They do not care about that. Right now, they are not going within and looking for answers. Instead, they are targeting you, raising their fingers at you, and are looking at you as the problem here, which they think they need to fix or get rid of or resolve. They think that you need to get humbled down, or they need to humble you down. That's how they're thinking about you. That's how they're looking at you and are perceiving of you. Someone here is really adding negativity, or is adding to the existing negativity, or the problem which is there in between you and your person. Someone is kind of using or taking advantage of the situation to work in his or her favor. The man here I'm seeing who's the problem here, for example, if it's the father figure who's not approving of you, or who looks at you very disgustingly with a lot of disgust or hate, they've got issues, my dear. Both of them have got issues, childhood wounds they haven't worked through, they haven't healed and processed, or haven't learned from. You cannot do anything about it. You need to let go of the situation and just avoid reacting. That's all I'm gonna say. Their attitude needs fixing here. Their ignorance needs to go away. You cannot do that. The point is, you cannot do that, so avoid it. Let them go, set yourself free, and keep moving forward. Remain focused on your work, on your purpose, on your healing, and whatever you're doing, because it's working. Even if it's triggering these people, even if it's upsetting them, even if they want you to go down and they want you to descend for them, do not make that mistake at all. Do not try to please them here or get their approval. You do not need that. They need fixing. So number 1717, when I said that, they need to crush their own ego and their pride. It'll get crushed sooner or later. That's what I'm seeing here. Some or the other things gonna happen with them, which is going to force them to, tap into their soft side, or, soften up a little. The rigidity, the arrogance, the pride, it'll dissolve. In some situations and cases, it'll dissolve on its own. In other situations and cases, something is coming up their way. 10 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 4 of Swords, and 9 of Wands. Something terrifying, something horrifying, something disturbing, something abrupt is coming their way, which is going to humble them down. You're not the one here who needs to humble down. Yes, always remember that humility is a beautiful virtue, and you should always abide by it. You should always carry it with yourself. But here you are not the arrogant one, they are. So I'm seeing that some sort of change is coming their way, some sort of disturbing situation, upsetting situation, or an accident of some sort is headed their way, which is going to humble them down, which is going to, shatter that pride or that arrogance. They are flying high right now. They think that everyone else is below them or is supposed to be below them, especially you, because they're looking at you very disrespectfully. They're looking at you as if you have no worth and value, or that's how you should believe about yourself. So the problem is with them. Again, I'm saying it again and again so that you know what I'm talking about and what I'm trying to say here. Do not absorb their negative opinions or that energy they're trying to send towards you. They want you to feel that way. I saw number 1919, as I said, all of that. Something terrible is going to happen with them. That will humble them down. That will shatter that mindset or, dissolve that ego. You cannot do that. Only divine forces can, and that is what I see is either happening. I mean, divine forces are intervening or are going to. It's not like anyone is punishing them. They are bringing these kind of situations and circumstances as a result of their own deeds. They've shown heights of arrogance here, heights of cruelty, heights of adamancy, and this always attracts serious consequences. So whoever it is, even if it's a friend in some of your situations and cases who's acting all high and mighty for some reason, thinks that you do not deserve any respect, any honor, any care or consideration, just wait and watch and see what happens with this person. 10 of Swords is not a joke. Attracting a situation that resembles like 10 of Swords and 9 of Swords and 4 of Swords is scary. Okay, just know what I'm trying to say here. I'm not getting into details because this is disturbing and this can be serious. This person may attract some sort of hazard or disaster that can really, force this person to live like a vegetable on bed. You getting my point? Are you getting what I'm trying to say here? That's how serious the situations can get for these people who think that they have a right to look down upon others and hurt others or demean others and insult others. Here, your person as well is attracting serious consequences because they also need fixing of their attitude and their ego. I mean, with their ego and arrogance. So just know that solutions will come, resolutions will come. You cannot bring them on your own. So avoid doing anything about the situation. Keep showing up even if it's disturbing your person. Do not react. Do not give them any attention. Don't make the mistake of stalking them because they want you to. And if you're not doing so, that's what's upsetting them. So let them wander here and there. Let them do whatever comes to their mind. They'll get humbled sooner or later in a really harsh and scary manner. That is what I'm seeing here. Okay, so this was your update for today. I'll be back sooner than later. Till then, take care of yourself and your loved ones. Bye-bye.